Happy Tuesday, everybody. A to Z Sports. I'm Austin Stanley. Again, Zach and I off this week for our last vacation to the 4th of July week before we dive into the football season. But today we bring you a really impressive conversation because I thought the tight ends for the Titans in OTAs and minicamps were really impressive, and they add extra wrinkles into what this team can do offensively with the personnel they brought at the tight end position. And today, this is presented by our Tuesday Sports Trivia sponsor, BrentwoodImprint.com. They can help elevate your business, elevate your company with branding materials, office supplies, swag, gear, whatever you need, they've got you at BrentwoodImprint.com. They'll take care of you, locally owned and operated. So make sure whenever your company, whether you are an employee going to your boss and saying, hey, BrentwoodImprint.com, you should go there, or your own brand, of course, BrentwoodImprint.com. Go local with it and enjoy today's conversation. The tight end position, Zach, was a massive issue a year ago. We knew that. Jeff Swaim is back. Everybody else from that group is gone. Tommy Hudson's actually still around, although he did get hurt. I want to say that was last week in an OTA. Tommy Hudson came up lame in a drill, and we didn't see him in minicamp. But anyway, but you have new faces, right? With Austin Hooper, the free agent addition, and Chigoziem, the draft pick out of Maryland. And what I saw this week in minicamp was fun. And I can't dive into specifics or schemes, or the Titans would snipe me, but from what I saw from the Tennessee Titans and what they want to do with tight ends, I really think they have a group of athletes who can do a lot of different things that can help fix the problem from a year ago, right? Because a year ago, Zach, everybody knew, watching in the stands or watching on TV or watching with us on Titan Game Day, that if Anthony Firkser was in there, they're probably throwing the ball, spreading them out. If Jeff Swaim went in there, he's going to line up as a standard tight end, and they're probably going to run the ball. If Michael Pruitt and Swaim were both in, they're probably going to run the ball. They tipped their hand with their personnel, and the tight ends were not able to help them play chess. And we knew with Jonnu Smith, they had that tight end one who could be on the field any down, any situation, any distance to go for a first down, and also really any personnel grouping. And I think from what I saw in minicamp with Austin Hooper and Okonkwo, they've got two guys who can be those chess pieces to use in a lot of different unique ways that will put defenses in a really tough spot.
We talked about it weeks ago, right? Before Austin Hooper became a Tennessee Titan, that was one, and we knew this even before the draft, right? I mean, this was a position that they had to address. They had bad tight end play last year. I mean, call it what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was bad. Anthony Firkser was given an opportunity, and he didn't do a damn thing with it. Tight end one. This was his career to become Austin Hooper, to be honest, right? Austin Hooper got paid after his performance with Matt Ryan in Atlanta, got paid by the Cleveland Browns, and then we figured out what happened after that. That was probably Baker's, probably Cleveland Browns' fault, and also Hooper, right? Everybody shared responsibility. Mm-hmm. But that was Firkser's year. Swaim is what Swaim is. He's a good blocking tight end. I put him in the same category as Cat Stevens and Anthony Fasano.
But again, he had 3 touchdowns last year, right? So Jeff Swaim at times was able
to... Because all the wide receivers were hurt.
Yeah.
So if all the wide receivers weren't hurt last year, I don't think Swaim picks up 3 touchdowns. So that's 2 of the pieces. And then Michael Pruitt, there were some glimpses of good productivity last year with some touchdown catches. Michael Pruitt, and it's just unfortunate he had a season-ending injury late in the season, right? Mm-hmm. You can't do anything about that. He didn't return. And if you've ever seen Michael Pruitt in the locker room, that guy's jacked. He's huge. And he played big when he was healthy last year. But this group of tight ends, I like a lot. And I told you my expectations are a lot higher for Austin Hooper because this is a prove-it year of a contract. He just got released, right? He didn't get his $40 million because he got released before that contract was finished and completed. He goes to the Titans, and we all know this is a great deal for the Tennessee Titans. 1 year, figure it out, see if you can kind of go back into the time machine and be that tight end that you were in Atlanta. And Chig, man, Chig's versatility, I think, is very intriguing to me.
So I really like, in a month's time of seeing Chig go from rookie minicamp to catching 4 touchdown passes in mandatory minicamp. I mean, you got to be excited about what he can do. And like, he's got to put everything together. Like, I think, there's no pads on, right? We don't know how he's going to be physically in the run game. Can he hold up? But there's a lot to be excited about with the tight end group in general. And I'm excited, and I can't go deep into it. I'm excited about how they can utilize them to throw defenses into a decision on how they want to play, right?
No, you're
tight end. All 3 of these guys, big dudes, right? Austin Hooper's a tree. Jeff Swaim is a bigger tree that doesn't move as well as Hooper. Chig is a really impressively physically put together guy. So if you're gonna have 3 of those guys on the field at the same time, how are you guarding them on defense? How many DBs, how many linebackers you get out there to help deal with 3 big guys that can move and run routes?
So I want to get the chat involved.
Yeah.
And I think we've got a good question. And also I'll let you kind of go and preface because you need to know some information before we get to our tight end question. But
yes.
Austin, I'm going to ask you a question, true or false question.
Okay.
Before we get to our chat question.
Okay.
True or false? The tight end position is the most upgraded, improved position on the Tennessee Titans roster.
Yeah, it's true.
That's huge.